to ask you, you're already a fan of this whole world before jumping into it, and how excited were you to do that?
What I've been doing is asking people to give me a scale. So give me a scale.
I don't know.
Of how 10. You want to give me another scale? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just so excited, just the most excited that I think it's possible for a human being to be without actually spontaneously combusting and smoldering to a small pile of ash on the floor.
So you read the books, you followed the movies, what was your experience before?
Yeah, I read all of the books many times each, watched all the movies multiple times each, listened to the audiobooks, the performances by Jim Dale of the American editions of the books, countless times. I mean, we're talking about numbers in the hundreds. So if you can start to understand the level of mania and start to try to imagine what it's like to be me right now in this movie and working with J.K. Rowling, it's just, it's hard to describe, so I'm asking you to imagine.
Speaking of different directions, another interesting relationship is the one that's formed between your character and Percival Graves. How do you explain that?
It seems like it's mutually a relationship in which both people need something from the other. So Credence needs to be seen. He needs to be recognized. He needs something as simple as physical touch, affection, anything. We used to speak of it, Colin and David and I, in rehearsals, almost as someone who's been in the desert for so long. And Percival Graves, who is a smart man, perceives this and is exploiting it by saying, hey, you in the desert, here is water. But Graves also needs something from Credence. There's a task that he needs Credence to execute. And that seems to be the dynamic of this mutual reliance that then starts to crumble as they both start to realize or to think that the other one does not have what they need.
How was it to shoot that dynamic with Colin Farrell?
Incredibly fun. We had a really, really wonderful time fleshing it out in rehearsal and realizing it on the day. We were very explorative. David would give us a lot of angles to play with the scene from. And I think we were just both very attentive, probably like every single person who worked on this film, very attentive to trying to honor the subtleties of the dynamic as it was written. Because that's the amazing thing about J.K. Rowling's work is you read the screenplay and everything you need as an actor is there, you know.
And no one, of course, cares more about those subtleties than the director. How is David on set?
Unbelievable. Incredibly calm. That's the first thing I usually say about him because it's so striking. I guess I had some sort of Cecil B. DeMille horror show image of directors of large-scale productions. And they had the bullhorn, and they were yelling mean things at people and firing people very quickly and things like this. I guess that was my stereotypical image. David Yates is the antithesis of that image. He is the opposite of all of those qualities. He is incredibly quiet. He maintains an incredibly quiet set. The focus on the work is really strong. He's very sweet and kind and warm, loving and supportive, but at the same time, he is a director who will challenge you and will accept nothing less than the best and most authentic performance that you're capable of that day. And he seems to have, not to blow up his spot, but he seems to have at least a couple psychic abilities. It feels like he can read your internal process. And so the notes that you get from David refer to your internal process in ways that can feel like a violation of an intimate space sometimes. Honestly, there were moments where he would say a note in terms of like what I was thinking and ask me to alter that. And I'd accept the note and then he'd walk away and I'd go, wait a second, how did he know what I was thinking? I think he's an incredibly potent observer and someone who keeps his eyes wide open.
Hey guys, did you know that Pierce Brosnan was contractually forbidden from wearing a full tuxedo in any non-James Bond movie from 1995 to 2002? For this and more movie facts, click on more videos. But if you want something else, click on the playlist.